got me. Fuck. It's good? Good? Alright. Let me cut this off first. Hey, I'm about to cut it off right quick. Alright? say something, Tree?
You gave me?
Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Game. Today I'm here with Trey Crawford, a Houma native from graduated from Ellendale?
Yeah.
Graduated from Ellendale. He's here on the track scholarship. Y'all know how we're doing Beyond the Game. We provide a platform for athletes to come on here and tell their stories and give advice to other athletes or other people that's dealing with something. Today we have Trey, a very decorated person, here today. You see, he's one of the fastest people at Nichols. I don't know about that. That's true?
Yeah.
That's true, bro? I'm just trying to make sure. You're a sophomore, you ran what? The 100, the 200, and the 4x1 relay. What's your favorite one?
The 100 really. You know what I'm saying? I like the 100 because I could really flex my top end and my start really. So that's my favorite race, the one. And then behind that is the 200 because I'm able to get out on the curve and then just flex on the straightaway. So that's my top two events right there.
Right. Sound like you know a lot about the track stuff, so it's only right you tell us how it all got started. Take us back to your childhood, you know, how everything got started, how you got into athletics, you know, your upbringing, everything. Let us know how it was, little kid coming out of, you know, home Louisiana.
Alright, so really like I started like I say junior high, it was at football practice and then like football season, once football season ended, you know, coach made everybody run track. So once they seen like how fast I was, he was like, man, like that's you, like that's gonna be your sport. So then like once I was still playing football throughout high school and all that, but it's just like that's where my scholarships came from, track. So that's how that started. So from junior high to high school, it just never stopped from there.
So as a child, did you just decide to start playing, you know, sports, or did your parents push that, or you just liked it? What's up?
I ain't gonna lie, my daddy, like, he really pushed me through sports. Like, he really, like, he started me with the whole sports thing. He was like, you know, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And I ain't gonna lie, I told him no, but, like, then, like, I started liking it. So after I started liking it, we just started working from there.
So how was that, though? You know, your dad telling you had to do it. He was hard on you, like training.
Yeah, like my dad, like he got a lot of kids, so like he like his biggest thing, he investing in his kids. He gonna make sure his kids, you know, in sports doing something positive and productive. So you know what I'm saying, they can look forward to in the future.
How important is that, having, you know, a father figure in your life? Because you know a lot of people are unfortunate. Me myself, mine wasn't in my life as he was supposed to be. You know, I had other people that kind of filled that void. Tell the audience how important it is to have, you know, a father figure, anyone there supporting you, especially at a young age, because you probably wouldn't be where you're at today without, you know, his support and him pushing you early on, right?
Right. Really, it's really important because, like, you know what I'm saying, mom, she can't, you know what I'm saying, she could do everything, but she not gonna understand how we understand, you know what I'm saying, as a boy standpoint. From a man, like man to man, like, you know what I'm saying, the dad gonna always know, he gonna put you in the right position. So it's really important to me, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be important like to everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you're very fortunate, you know, to have that, because like I said, I mentioned I didn't have that, and I know a lot of my friends, you know, back home didn't have that, and some of them, I mean, you could take it with a grain of salt. I tell people you can use stuff like that. Any adversity, that's adversity early on, which is hard to deal with. You can use that as motivation, or you can use it as excuse.
Right.
Some people use it as motivation, some people use it as excuse. And you see those people that use that as excuses, like most of the time their life don't work out how it's supposed to. But I think, you know, I think that's a really touchy subject for me. I'm glad you brought that up and incorporated that into what you were saying, because it's important to have somebody, you know, especially a man, being a male, having another male figure, you know, in your household all around, you know, being under their stewardship,
Right.
just grooming you as a man. Take sports out of everything, just certain stuff, learning etiquette, you know, hygiene, stuff that a woman usually wouldn't teach.
Right.
Now, fortunately enough, I had a mother, and I know there's other mothers out there that can kind of fill that void, you know, give you a little bit, but that's really important, man. Glad you had that. So what were you playing at that young age? Football, basketball? Because I know there's really no track leagues, right, at that young age,
No, at
right?
the young age, I didn't really have no track leagues or nothing. So first he threw me in flag football just to like so I could get kind of feel for it.
Yeah.
Then after that it was basketball. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed basketball. I liked it, but I just wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
So, you You know what I'm saying? You just gotta know like what's for you and what's not for you. So, of course, I continued playing basketball. High school didn't make the cut. Football, so after that, just focus on football and track. Of course, like them two sports, they kind of go together. So
Right.
I was able to mix them two up, and really from there, it was just a ball, really.
Now, be real. I tell a lot of people this because I feel like people, you know, are in a misconception. Oh, you fast in football, you fast in track too. That's not the same thing. That's two different
Yeah,
two
it's two
different running
different
styles,
speeds.
two different speeds. Football, you know, 9 times out of 10, you got these big shoulder pads on. You know, you got pads on. You're running different. You're running in strike. I mean, track running can help with football because of form and everything. You know, you
Yeah.
can definitely increase your speed, but I didn't see somebody that was real fast in football. They get on that track, they get burnt. It's not the same. There's two different things.
Yeah, it's way.
So
it's
tell us
way-
about that how just let us know the difference between that because people
I'm
out here are tired of y'all saying that it's the same thing. It's not. I'm one of those. I thought I was just ultimate fast. I got on that track in Hornville, I got left.
It's really two different, but I'm gonna say this like me, like people was kind of comparing it like to the football field and the track, like just because like I was fast in both, but like you know what I'm saying, like whenever I was in high school, like my coach, like whenever like you know what I'm saying, this third down, he's sending me on the go, so like ain't nobody catching me, like it was just that simple, like I was the fastest on the football team, fastest on the track, but we're gonna get into how it's two different, like I done seen like a running back like leave everybody. He get on the track like he barely can make it 10 meters. You know what I'm saying? So like it's two
Right, that's
completely
true.
different
That's
things.
true.
Like
It
you
definitely
gotta
is.
you gotta work on like form, technique. Like it's a whole lot to track to like nobody know about. Like getting out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm picking your legs up, picking your knees up. It's a whole lot. Like football, you don't really gotta do all that. You just need power,
You
strength.
need power, strength, and agility. That's true. All right, man. Going into middle school and high school, you probably hit a little growth spurt around that time, right? Or you got bigger. Your physical appearance changed. Tell us how it was, in high school playing sports. Moving on from your childhood.
So high school really it was kind of like emotional, like you know what I'm saying, emotional and mixed up, like cause my daddy was, my daddy had been locked up. He had went to jail, like my I won't say my 8th grade year in junior high. So really, I ain't really have nobody. Like my stepdaddy, you know what I'm saying, he was there for me or whatever. But like I ain't really have nobody to like kind of like help me like with the workouts, you know what I'm saying, kind of like how your daddy would.
Right.
So high school, we going through so I'm going to high school, boom. I made varsity, but like it was like I was like second string, but I'm just a freshman, so I'm not tripping. So boom, we gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? I'm keep working out, I'm keep working. One of the receivers got hurt, so boom, I end up starting, but like I don't know the plays, bro. So like
Yeah.
we get out there, you know what I'm saying? They like, Crawford, what's going on? What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, yeah.
So like I don't know the plays. I'm just a freshman, so
Right.
boom, like I don't know how these dudes do it. I'm out there freestyling, like I'm
Yeah.
running anything.
Right.
Receive, I'm running anything. So boom, I get benched. They're like, all right, you need some work, you know what I'm saying? You need to get in your playbook. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Sophomore year, I get better, you know what I'm saying? Just each year, just keep getting better, But it's like, I know I'm not like where I won't be.
Yeah.
So boom, my daddy get out the second day of school, my senior year. We get to working out, you know what I'm saying? He come and get me from school, like we working out every single day. And like I made, you know what I'm saying? After that season, I made first team all district, first team all state, like just within that time, like just with him being there, just with him coming, you know what I'm saying? Doing what he gotta do. But that's how that went. But everything ever since then, like it's been great.
See, and that's the tricky thing about life. How things just can change. You had your father, your childhood, you get to, what was it, middle school or high school, your dad go to jail. So adversity really struck your life late.
Right. Yeah,
rather
late.
than compared to some people early. So that can be even worse because you were used to things being a certain way for a period of time, then boom, it just changes. That can mess up your mental state immediately. Especially that being your father and that was the man that got you started and coached you and, guided you, and now you have to get used to that. So how was that transition? How did you get used to that once he left, he was out of your life? I know that played a big, that was a big mental toll, right?
It really was like, you know what I'm saying, like the person like you used to like looking up to, you know what I'm saying, calling on to work out, to go do this, go do that, you know what I'm saying? Not just to work out, just somebody just to simply talk to really. So, and you know, like man to man, you know, like your daddy, that's the one person that's gonna understand if, you know what I'm saying, if mama not, you know, your daddy gonna understand the most. So, really, it just like, it was really hard, man, like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Especially like the sports side because like, you can't ask your mama, like, how we gonna work out, how we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? Like, how things supposed to happen. So,
Yeah.
but once like he was out, like you just like you could just tell like just things starting to change. Like coaches, like you know what I'm saying, man, what's gotten into you? You know what I'm saying? I'm like my daddy home. Like
Yeah. And
huh?
you talked about, getting benched and everything. Do you think that contributed? Like your mind wasn't in it like it was supposed to, like because your dad was going maybe. You think had he been there, it would have been different?
Yeah, I mean it would have been a whole lot different. Like he even said that like um his plans was to come home that summer, but it just didn't work out like that. So he was like he always tell people like if he would have been home my 4 years in high school, like things would have been way different. I would have been, you know what I'm saying, at a
Yeah.
bigger, you know what I'm saying, bigger place, but things happen.
Things happen. Well, you're blessed. You're here definitely, with that because most people would have given up.
You know,
Oh, my dad not here. It's whatever. I could have gave up as a child. You could have gave up. More. As a teen. You
right.
kept going. What kept you pushing? What was your inspiration? Your dad was going. Did you do it for him, or what was it? What
Really,
through
I
your head?
lost my brother my freshman year. He was still in, he had just went to jail. I lost my brother to the streets in a shootout my freshman year. So that really kept me going. I used that as motivation, really. You know what I'm saying? Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if he would say that's what he'll want me to do.
Yeah.
So that's why I really like. That's why I tell a lot of young people like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got no father figure, like it's always something to look up to because like you don't fall down that wrong hole because it's either
It's
two
easy.
things in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Either the graveyard or jail. Like that's it. So
So that's a total different thing. Your dad goes to jail. Is alive. You lose someone to death. That's adversity hit you. And I really feel that because one of my childhood best friends died once I got to Nichols. My grandma died right before I came to Nichols, and even at that point when I thought, oh, my life is good, everything's going how it's supposed to, I'm going to college, then boom, something like that happens. It can totally demoralize you. And I'm not gonna lie to you, through that time period I was down, and that goes back to me, am I gonna use that as motivation or as an excuse? And
okay.
like you said, I know they would want me to, man, go do your thing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Grandson, go do your thing. Bro, go do your thing. So I use that, and I think we in agreement on telling young people because it's so easy
Right.
for them to just fall down the wrong hole, and especially if they don't have someone guiding them. Thankfully, I had people in my life, towards the end. One person specifically, John Emery Sr., that guided me and held me, and brought me to camps and pushed me into tour universities and be a shoulder to cry on. And there's so much things that happen because everyone lives in a want to live in a fantasy world, but reality
Right.
is real. Okay, it's easy for people to just start bringing up excuses. You know what I'm saying? Because they're looking at on social media, they think things should be this way or that way, or comparing their life. You know, you went through a lot, obviously, but you're still here standing. You say your dad came home. Things got better that quick. How was that when he came home?
Man, it was really like, man, it was crazy. Like just things just started changing instantly. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like he was like, man, like like first he had when he first came home, came to one of my practices. He was like,
Hmm.
man, you too small. So this dude, we like as soon as we left practice, like this dude went in GNC. He was started picking up everything.
Yeah.
Protein
Trying to
powder,
get you right,
creatine,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, trying to
This
get
man
it
started
right.
picking up everything.
Yeah.
After that, instantly like we'll go work out right as soon as practice over. He'll say I need to work on this, work on that. Like not everybody ain't gonna do that to their child.
No,
Like you know what
no,
I'm saying?
nah.
Like just like like going to practice and just seeing what their child need to work on and
Yeah.
just immediately pull them off after and just say we going to work on it right then and there.
Exactly. And you know his mind was different. He's trying to miss up for lost time and everything.
Yes.
So he's trying to be everywhere
Yeah.
he could be.
Yeah.
He all on you. He
Yeah.
everywhere, all over you, trying to look at everything. You know that's good though, bro. So you know that happened, and you what? You obviously did your thing for the better. It was for the better that he did all that. Got a scholarship here.
Yeah.
So how was it coming to Nichols? You know.
Really, I ain't even know like I was gonna get off of it. I had two looks, Southeastern and Grambling. So really his mind, he was trying to get football. He wanted me to go play football. So he was like, man, I gotta figure out how to get your tape out. I was like, dude, you ain't no recruiter. Like, so he's stressing. He trying to figure out like what he could do. I was like, there's only like so much like we could do. Like I gave it to we made a tape. I gave it to my coach. You know what I'm saying? I'm at Ellender, so like they don't really got like connections. That's another thing about the school thing.
Yeah.
So depends on like what school you go to. Like
people is who you know. It's a who you know game for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a who you know game. So really, things just started changing. Track when we got into track season, my senior year, we had a meet at Southeastern, and Grambling was there, and both of those coaches was on me. So that was a choice too. So Southeastern was kind of looking at them. Then I got a call in May, and it was like from Nichols. They was like, we want you to come visit. So came on a visit. They offered me. At the time, I was committed to Southeastern, but one of my coaches, Coach Seth, him and my dad had a talk. They told me to get out the room.
Yeah.
So then when my daddy came out the room, he said you decommitting, you going to Nichols.
Wow.
I said, hey.
And you're here now, bro, right?
So,
How was okay? Well, you know, you dealt with adversity in your life, but I know Thibodeau and home was not far, but it's far. It's different coming to college. You know, from being a high school student to being a college student is very different. You know, you're independent, you're on your own, and being a student athlete is a whole different ball game, especially in a D1 program. So tell me how you balance that school and athletics. You know,
really just like I try to get everything done. Like it don't happen all the time, but I try to get everything done like ahead of time. So like whenever I got track meets like on Friday or the weekend, like that way I don't gotta worry about it. But it's pretty hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard because like in the middle of the day we got practice. I wake up in the morning, go to school. In the middle of the day we got practice. Sometimes I got a class to where like I got class at like 12:55. I get out at 1:50. Then I got 10 minutes to make it to practice. So it's like, then I got weights after. Then like they want you to be a certain weight limit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch that. It's a whole lot. But it's definitely hard. But I'm making it, managing it.
Managing it. And I mean, you know, people look. That's a big part of this podcast too. I want to talk about because people look at athletes. Oh, you got it made. They got it made. You know, they just gotta go to school and not really go to school, just go to practice and they're good. It's not the case.
You know, you got team meetings. You gotta do all these type of certifications. Like I didn't know you had to get CPR certification to be an athlete. You gotta do the non-hazing. You gotta do the sexual awareness certifications, and that's stuff you gotta go to. You gotta participate in meetings monthly, like every time. So,
and that's physical stuff. What mental? You know, what's the mental struggle of doing that?
Man, it's like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you're not where you won't be, then like, say a class not going right, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, I'm feeling that both. Like, what I'm gonna do? So now I gotta grind harder at practice, and I gotta put in extra work outside of practice, and I gotta study outside the classroom. So it's like, there'll be some times to where like I only get like 3 hours of sleep just because of that.
Wow.
Cause I'm going, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to practice. Then like after I gotta figure out a way to get better, cause I didn't do this right at practice, so I know whatever at practice translates to the track meet. So now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get my block stars right, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna pick this B up to A in biology by next week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Then
just simple stuff like that.
Simple stuff. I even add in being a black man. Yeah. That's a total different ball game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's different to deal with. You know, we all deal with it. How you keep going with that? Being a black man and being a student athlete and, you know, striving, doing your thing. Talk about that. How you embrace that? How you deal with that? You know, because me personally, I know I'm being myself at
Right.
all times. I'm me. I embrace who I am. Tell me how you deal with it. You know.
Same way like you said, bro. Really just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Walking with your chest up, chest out. You know,
Hmm.
around here, just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just making the right decision. Really.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna look at you. They want you to make the wrong decision, but just you know what I'm saying. You really just gotta show people like that's not really who you are. You just gotta make the right decision. Really.
Yeah.
Once it could just take like one simple conversation, like just to tell people like that you really not like who you think I am.
Yeah. Because a lot of people judge books,
By
you know,
cover.
by
Just
the
because
cover.
I
They
got
don't know. You
just
got
because I
dreads,
got
me and
dreads,
you,
yeah.
and I mean yours longer than mine. But I can only imagine, you know, because I know the type of looks and stuff I get, and I've got, you know, even being an athlete or not. When I
Yeah.
was an athlete, like it's different. Like people just think, oh, you here, you're an athlete. They don't know, you know, you're smart.
Yeah.
You know, you do academic work.
Yeah.
You actually have a major.
Yeah, like that's another thing with the major thing. So people like student athletes, they really like sometimes they use it to get like a simple major like general studies.
Yeah, just to get
uh,
by.
a
Yeah.
business or something.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with those two majors.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like they'll just do something easy just to
Mhm.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying
just to
because they
get
gonna
through.
focus on sports.
Yeah.
But like just in case you know sports don't go wrong, you know what I'm saying. I got
Backup
a
plan.
backup plan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying. I got a major so I could look forward to.
Yes.
So I'm in the medical field right
Right.
now, so you know what I'm saying. It's hard. Being in the medical field and a student athlete, bro, it's hard, bro. But like,
People don't see that side though, right? They
Yeah.
just think it's all peaches and cream. You just show up for practice and y'all go to meets and
yeah,
that's what it is. They don't understand that struggle. And I think it's important. That's why this podcast is beyond the game because it's beyond what you see. When you
Right.
turn your TV on, when you see this, when you see him, or you see other athletes, there's more that goes into it. And that's beyond the game, you know, specifically looking at athletes and life in their life. But this is for a lot of people. That's just a rule of thumb. Don't judge a book by its cover. You know, everyone goes through stuff. Everyone deals with adversity. How you deal with it is something that should be talked about. And that's a big reason for this platform too. I mean, for this podcast too, is to provide a platform to enlighten people that's going through something, show them that everyone goes through stuff. You know, we all are one. Reality is real. Everyone deals with different things in their life. You know, what's the cliche saying? It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you get up. You got to keep going. You're going to make mistakes. We made mistakes. You learn from them. And I tell people all the time, like you stress about stuff, you stress. About 99% of stuff you stress about never happens.
right,
Right?
right.
It's true, right?
It's true.
Stressing don't change the outcome of it, so just you have to live in the moment. You can't think about what happened. You can't think about what you think's gonna happen. No, and I'm not saying don't anticipate certain things, but when it stresses you out, then there's a thin line. All right, I gotta cut it off. But you know, I think it's important to embrace people, and I think both of us, have been around here advocating and just showing, you know, black males around the campus and in the communities and whoever else is watching or fans of you, you know, what black men can be. You know, you're an athlete, you're doing what you have to do. Me, I'm a journalism, media student, you know, video, all of that. You know, just showing them, you know, there is a way and that you just have to do what you're supposed to do. You know, that's important. So, one thing I would ask you, what advice would you give to someone if you had to, just to be successful, just to live in their truth and do what they have to do?
My advice, I'd be just to go to college, man, cause like everybody, like some people like that, be like, man, I'm not going through this. I'm going to get my TWIC card. I'm going to work off. So I'm
Mhm.
going like, what you going to work hard for?
Yeah.
what?
And plus, just from the work, build connections.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna go somewhere, go work somewhere, you can build lifelong connections. Like I have friends, one of my closest friends, I would have never thought 5 years ago I would be close friends with someone from England.
Yeah.
You know, that's what college does for you.
Yeah.
Building connections. It teaches you how to meet deadlines, how to do homework,
Right.
how to have a schedule. You being a student athlete, that's even more crucial. You
Yeah.
know, to make sure you have those skills down pat. So I just want to add that in, but
Yeah, like really, man, I don't really talk to. By me coming to college, I don't talk to nobody like from back home. Like my partners from back home, I probably like tell them what's up if I see them in the street, but that's about it. Like all
Yeah.
my like real close friends, like it's here, like
yeah.
they from New Orleans,
Mhm.
Texas, like they from everywhere. But I don't talk to nobody from back home.
Yeah.
But really like my advice is really just to go to college, get those connections, and just go be something. Like
Something.
go go be something. It's so much in the college world that like you could see like it's like everybody is something. Like everybody
Yes,
going to school to
that's
be something.
Yes.
So like you surrounded by all that, that's gonna make you want to be something.
Yes. Yes. I
So,
totally agree with that. And we always have those conversations, you know, but you look at it, that's why I say you can't really judge people too. Because here at college, you know, people like to judge or this,
yeah.
but people are dealing with real life issues too while trying to further their education. You know, whether that be a financial problem, or academic problem, an athletic problem, social problem, emotional problem, religion. People have issues, you know,
Yeah.
it's real. And the thing about college, sometimes it put those issues on full blast. So I think us, you know, as a community, everyone here, you know, don't judge people or treat others the way you want to be treated.
Right.
You know, because people do deal with problems, but you got to give credit where credit is due. I believe people are here trying to further their education.
Right.
You know, so I think that should be the story, that thing that should be talked about. You know, I'm big on you can't change people. It's just your decision if you choose to deal with those people or not.
Right.
You know, everyone's who they are, individual. You know, that's them, and that's my spill on that. But before you get out of here, I must ask them this: who better out of Jordan and LeBron? Who the GOAT?
Man, I'm going with LeBron.
My dog.
I gotta go with LeBron, man.
Let them know why. Just let them know why. Let the audience know why it's going.
Man, the man got more points. The man, he done been in the league longer. That they say that plays a part, but if he could do it longer,
If he can do it longer, I mean,
if he could do it longer,
that should be. Who is this man? Look at him. Look what he's.
he 40 years old. He still look like he in his
Still
prime.
better. Okay.
And to me, he's still the best player in the NBA right now.
All right.
That's just me talking.
But you know what I get aggravated with? Because yeah, it's two different eras. See, we're gonna say LeBron.
Yeah.
That's who we seen on
Yeah,
our TV.
yeah.
Y'all saw Jordan. We wasn't watching Jordan. So of course y'all gonna say Jordan. But 40 years from now, it might be somebody else. They might disagree with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Records are meant to be broke. But as of right now, today,
He breaking them. He's still
he's
breaking
him.
them today.
He's him. He's definitely him. Y'all hear that? He's him. I'm telling you he's him. Alright? But man, that's it on Beyond the Game today. We got our man Trey. You might call him Trey. You might call him Crawford. When y'all next track meet is, man?
This Saturday, we're going to be at University of Lafayette.
Man, if y'all can make that, make that. Go see your boy out there really burning stuff.
Yeah.
Or go look at our track team. Go see, man. But you see them around campus, just have a conversation. You see us around campus, just have a conversation. But we here in what is it? March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. You ain't got no green on, bruh. Me either. Hope nobody pinch us. If I pinch me, I'm gonna pinch you back. All right. But yeah, man, that's it today on Beyond the Game, man. Like, subscribe, and you know, see y'all next time for the next guest. Out there. Thank you, dog.